Welcome back, denizens of the Omniverse, for the season 6 finale of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Things, as always, are getting next level crazy, and I'm just like, what's going to happen next? Especially with May getting stabbed through the torso by Knotson here, and then kicked into this other dimension where all these other incorporeal beings are waiting to come through on the other side. Let's see what happens, guys. If you want to see the full-length reaction, as always, or if you want to get early access or submit your own comments, questions, or fun facts for me to read at the end of these episodes, you can do all that over on Patreon. Over there, you get the same thing for all the other shows and movies we cover on the channel. You also can suggest and vote on movies we react to each month. It's just a great way to support the channel, helps do things you do over here. But at the end of the day, I really appreciate it. Enjoy this reaction. To at least leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you're not already, because it really helps these videos out. Huge shout out to the team over at Prepper for helping edit down these highlights for you guys here on YouTube. And then also out of the way, let's get ready to hop into episode 13, New Life. Here we go.
And now I know how to end.
Oh yeah, they had that. Oh, I forgot they had a camera. I forgot they saw this. Don't worry, she's fine. There's no way. I refuse.
Fitzsimmons, do read. We are pinned down. They've breached Zephyr 1. Any word back from the temple?
Yeah, how do you respond to that?
Sarge, he stabbed May. She's gone Daisy.
That's not possible.
We saw it with our own eyes.
Daisy?
Oh, no. What now?
Been locked out of the system.
The hell?
So have I.
What? Bypass? What the hell? Whoa! What the fuck? Oh! Yo! I didn't expect this to happen now. A collision. Well, I guess, hey, I don't know. The way we were getting those end caps and whatever, I thought we were setting that up for like something for later, but it would make sense if all of them are being converted into hunters. You know, maybe they want a little bit of revenge for the person that did it. Maybe they're here to help. Maybe they're, well, I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. I don't know. I was gonna say something else, but I completely forgot.
This can't be an accident.
What was that Terminator ass music right there, dude? Oh my lord.
Leave no prisoner.
They're not even here. What are they even here for? Oh, I remember what I was going to say. They're from a realm where they don't need a body, right? So maybe in that realm, the damage done to May's body maybe won't negatively impact her. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was thinking. Because they didn't have bodies of their own. She, S.H.I.E.L.D. willed herself into one, but other than that, they don't innately have one. Or she could get possessed by one of these entities over there. It heals her, and then maybe if in the same way that we exercise this Coulson, if we do, maybe we could do the same for her. Or again, like I said, maybe he'll just keep her body in stasis in some way, shape, or form. She's not gone.
I should have never trusted him.
It wasn't right for me to.
No, don't do that. Don't you walk it back.
This is on me.
Then make it mean something.
Yeah. We got another problem to deal with, though.
I'm kind of stuck in the Quinjet right now, under siege by a zombie army. I could really use some rescuing.
We landed the Quinjet about 200 yards away.
There's no way I can take out that many.
Bullshit, you can't.
We're moments away from having to save ourselves.
All right, Dick, listen to me. You're gonna have to fly over to us.
Between the two of you, Yo-Yo and Daisy, surely they could kill all of them.
Really think he can land a Quinjet?
Do you guys really think this is a good idea?
Piloting is mostly
I
automated.
feel very confident that you won't die.
Yo, your bedside manner is ass.
All right, look to your right. You should see 2 red switches. Pull the one on the left back.
10-4, good buddy.
All right, now pull back on the throttle. You should hear the engine ramp up.
I'd be like, which one's that? Oh, what's wrong? Yeah, what?
And the exits?
Locked down. Confirms that Enoch would speak of S.H.I.E.L.D. with such reverence.
It was a weakness.
I'll give it time.
Take your men. Follow S.H.I.E.L.D. protocol to flush out all personnel.
Why are they after S.H.I.E.L.D? The person that took your planet away is here, and they're trying to stop them. I know maybe you don't care about that right now, but I feel like you should probably care about that right now.
The technology here is quite primitive.
Oh, eat
Along
dick.
with secrets, and we will soon unlock the rest of them. Find us the key.
All right, we just need to follow S.H.I.E.L.D. emergency protocol.
Oh, that's exactly what they want.
What are you doing?
Calling for backup.
Oh, well, about that.
The voicemail box for Enoch Coltrane.
Are you serious? He's got a voicemail message?
Like I ordered his men to leave no prisoners. This isn't just an ambush.
It's an extermination.
I feel like our priorities are all amiss here, Malachi.
What joy watching you strike her down.
How does it feel to be your true self once more?
Long overdue.
You've been held hostage in this vessel for far too long.
For centuries.
Yet here you are.
What if this is an act, a ploy
It's only a matter of time.
to get her guard down, maybe? Oh. Oh my god. Oh, she looking kind of dead. What is this? Wait, are they each wearing a... Yeah, they are. A necklace devoted to one of the monoliths. What the fuck? Yeah, they're gonna take her as a host.
I'm telling you, all of the wiring is in place.
At least it'll heal her. Presumably. Well, that's only because he was part of the creation thing, right? The healing factor?
The electrohydrostatic actuator?
Yeah, that would make sense. What made you think of that?
It's standing right in front of me.
Just a gut feeling.
Well, can you fix it?
Nope!
Don't make me come out there.
This is just getting better and better.
You should be able to reroute power directly to the main engine.
There's a hatch on the floor.
I love how no matter what it is in media, you can reroute power to whatever the fuck all you want.
They cut the door's hydraulic line.
They're dumb nuts.
Without the throttle. No, I guess it should work.
Grab this. It's easier said than done. Everything's bolted down. Here.
Mega arms, remember? She's like Jax and Cabal combined. Oh, wow.
They executed them.
This floor is only used for emergencies. A verbal protocol not in the system. How did the Chronocoms even know that people would be gathering down here?
Because you did.
Oh, from their minds.
They hacked into our brains.
They know everything that we know.
Passwords, base layout, S.H.I.E.L.D. emergency protocols, every move that we would make.
That is fucked, man.
We need to find a way up to the hangar.
Chronocoms will know our next move. They'll be waiting.
There has to be somewhere to hide that we wouldn't have thought of.
Deke's development lab. That floor was empty until a few days ago.
Yeah.
Get everyone
Yeah,
to the
let's
20.
go. Deke's little like startup is coming through.
Go.
Now what?
They may be inside our heads, but we can make sure they don't get into anyone else's.
That look in your eye.
Aww.
I've seen it many times before.
How he never had eyes. Until whenever.
It still feels foreign.
Give it time.
I must confess to having gained an appreciation for this vessel of yours.
Let's take it for a test drive.
It's a prison,
From which I freed you.
and I'd be grateful for that.
If it were true.
Responsible for my captivity.
Oh!
You left me to rot in our world.
You could not exist outside it.
Which is why I sent you to retrieve the D-Alice.
Finding them proved much more difficult than we imagined.
Did the glory prove impossible to resist?
Didn't she say she willed this body into existence? Why can't the rest of them do that? Unless I misunderstood that, because that's what allows her to, like, possess people. Because this body is under her beck and call. She solidified herself. She said it herself. Why can't none of the rest of them do that? Whatever.
Call your Shrike back to the temple. Let's give them new life.
They will arrive once the last of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been put down.
What? How the fuck? Good thing they feel pain.
Just a little zombie flare up, but I took care of it.
I bit them. Haha, they didn't see that coming.
Okay, come on, let's get this bird in the air.
Where do they go?
It got real quiet.
No, but even if they did, the only other room that they would be able to access is the armory.
Oh no! Oh no! Yes, it's your time. Okay, sure. That was a choice.
I did not know you could do that.
I feel like it would have been faster to do anything but shoot the bullets because her speed is faster than the bullets themselves. Oh, no, 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 no! Learn from your mistakes! No, no! What are you doing? Grab it! You have hands! You have metal hands! Oh my God! Can Daisy, like, lock in on whatever she did to, like, Thanos, the other ones? Just out of her? Just give her a little bit of acid reflux, just like, caca, without doing anything to her?
Gentle touch.
Will you rest
Well,
up pretty little? Because the D's kind of known for that.
I'll give you about 30 seconds out. Just try to concentrate on what happened.
Shrike things flew into her mouth.
No.
I didn't see it in time.
What? What do you mean?
Gentle's not happening. Everybody hold on.
Wow, dude, rough landing, but he landed.
Framework.
My fear is that the Chronocoms will want brain scans of anyone that went in. If they can unlock the secrets of Coulson's mind.
Don't know all of S.H.I.E.L.D. secrets too. To admit, it's kind of sad to see it go.
Is that so?
I mean, yeah.
Actually, the framework's just silly, and Ragov definitely had a drinking problem.
No, I'm with Fitz. It was under mismanagement before, but there is some valid uses for it.
More hunters.
Keep searching.
Guess we were right to head here.
We need to destroy all of it.
Couldn't have to take out a few hunters in the process.
No. Bye, friend. Yeah, aren't they supposed to not have bodies? So it's like a mirror dimension. Oh, what? Mate! It's just a flesh wound. Yeah, we're fine. Maybe I was right. Maybe the body doesn't matter here. Yeah, she's like, what the fuck? She's not bleeding. Well, I mean, all of her blood's over there. Maybe he knew this. Sarge knew this. It sold his side of things over there. Maybe I'm just giving him too much credit. The hell? No.
Others will join us.
Again, more bodies.
Once the three open the temple of the forgotten, the flood will come.
Maybe that's just what they look like over there, but they're not actually physical.
Free to take form.
Because didn't she say free to take form? Now they have form. They're just, what, ghosts? Can't feel? Wait. What?
This doesn't look good for us.
Yeah, I know.
This room only has one entrance. To survive, we
need to trigger the explosives remotely.
But there is no way out.
You better not.
We just have a trigger.
We're not okay. Okay. There's no way. We can't lose the whole goddamn team here. What? How the fuck do we get out of this? We do have a time stone, like a literal time stone. I don't know, man. Maybe the dialysis will have to come into play for in some way, shape, or form. Oh my God. Enoch? No, Isaiah. Wait. Or Enoch. We took his face. Oh, they pulled the pin. Oh, thank God they didn't let go. Yeah, let's just put that right back in. Yep, like that. Just like that.
This must be confusing, best friend, but I had to take bold action.
What? Dude, why does he always just like, why does he always just these, how many, this is the second time now these hunters have tried to make away with Enoch, and he just whoops their asses off screen. Back on their ship, when they had them plugged up, they wake up and he's taking out the whole ship by himself. Isaiah shows up, is like, hey buddy, sorry, I'm on their team now. And he's like, cut away, sorry, no, too bad, sucks to be you. And whoops his ass, takes his face. What kind of archaeologist ass, like, chronicler is he? How, what?
If you kill someone and take their skin.
Yeah, exactly.
I have a strategy that can save your lives. This will be the hardest thing you have ever done.
Nothing's ever easy with you, is it?
Relax.
Change the natural course of your lives forever.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait. Is he suggesting time travel?
Scares me.
Because that was the whole thing they were trying to solve with them back on their ship too. I don't undo all this bullshit.
We need you.
Agent Killer had maybe 30 minutes before we lost him.
I'm not losing you.
Daisy, disintegrate the thing in her stomach. Just.
I'm with him. You're not going out like this, do you understand?
Because whatever she didn't do anything to anything but the Shrike.
And maybe when the Wicked Witch is gone, her flying army will die off too.
We can hope that works too.
Listen to me. If I turn, I need you to take one of those knives and put it right here.
It won't come to that.
It might, and Mac won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
But it won't come to that.
And you? Ready to unleash the beast?
Today I have something else on my mind.
What's that?
Destroy your worlds. That too.
Either you underestimated the woman's strength, or you didn't want her dead to begin with.
Watch yourself.
Maybe you haven't shed the chains of this pitiful vessel.
You ready to find out?
Let's go.
I will have to handle this problem myself, as I've done for centuries.
Well, now she's back here. Can we shut the portal and trap her back in their world? She just willfully left it to begin with.
Death are meaningless
Whatever.
in this realm.
I'm not going to try to understand this shit anymore.
Now I will open the door to this temple so our kind can pass through.
Humans will fight back.
The Shrike have hollowed them out.
Yeah, Sarge? Not my favorite.
In a way, his struggle is a battle between his devotion to you and his devotion to me.
Well, let's see which one wins.
Because those other three evaporated. Well then.
Yes!
Get ready to be reborn.
Fuck her up! Oh, well, that's not fair. Haha, I don't feel that shit. Ain't no world she could best May.
Agent Shaw, you got your orders.
Stay here and take out any zombies while you go quick, Sarge, back to whatever planet he was barfed out on.
You sure you can handle the gunplay?
He's been practicing his shooting. You should see his video game.
Yeah, you should. Oh, that was a good transition. I liked that. Is he just chilling, just waiting to see what happens?
You've come to witness the arrival.
Oh! What? Oh. Yo. Whoa. It's like Gray Frieza over here. Okay, there's probably a better description there. I was thinking mostly about the fucking dome thing on his head, right? But that seems to be a clasp. What in the world?
But I'm more powerful than you could ever be.
You sure about that? We only had so much budget. Oh no.
It's gonna be satisfying when I take you out of the picture.
No, and he can't even budge him now. If May kills S.H.I.E.L.D, maybe we'll do it just in time. Come on, May. We're running out of time here. Come on! No! Shit! That wouldn't... Anyway, whatever.
I've done what I came here to do. And on the other side, you're already dead. As for erasing you from existence.
Oh, fucking great. This is such a mess we're in right now.
Come on, guys, they're coming to collect. I can't hold here forever.
The fact that Mac is still standing. Oh, the fact that he did that is impressive. Mac is something else.
You put up a good fight, Director, but we're no match now.
I've been through enough of these to know. We always come out on top.
Yeah, her insides are being torn apart. You could hear it.
Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm right here.
I'm sorry. I can't.
What? Ah! Oh my god. Oh my god. Ah!
No.
Yeah, we waited too long.
Glad to see you've joined us. Why keep fighting? Look at the power we hold and look at your suffering.
I won't hurt you.
Surrender and we'll never suffer again.
I'll make sure you do.
Oh, you dumbass.
Singing a different song now, aren't you?
Your fucking little grunts couldn't do shit. Oh, wait. Oh, hey, hold up. I'm sorry. We're in the heat of this. I don't care at this point if that thing is gone. We saw what that did. It hollowed out those people. She's dead no matter what they do at this point, unless they reverse time. What? Hold up. If she's just okay after that, we're gonna have some problems. All right, budget's back. Oh! Yes! You fool! Okay, now we need medical attention. Now, if somehow she's okay, and somehow maybe May can be okay too.
I'm with you.
I don't know how. You shouldn't have a chest cavity.
Did you destroy it? That thing inside it?
I did.
Was there anything left?
Did not seem that way.
I was hoping to see him again.
Well, you might get to. Just not in the same way.
I guess I'll see you soon.
Enoch, you motherfucker, you better have something for this. Oh, yeah. Well, looky here. What is with this music? We've heard it before, but like it's just so... What is happening?
She'll be fine.
What is going on?
In a few hours when she reaches the correct core temperature. But right now we have to move. Quickly, sir.
Isn't it a bad idea to leave those behind?
And we kind of need them. At the moment, at least.
They'll be gone soon enough.
Yes. Yes. Yes!
How did you do all this?
We had time. Or help.
And we had time.
Okay, there we go. What does that even mean right now? Adam feels like,
Breathing apparatus.
Yeah, she shouldn't have any fucking lungs. So yeah, she needs something.
Where's Fitz?
I don't know.
What? What do you mean? Just let them be together. Fuck off. What do you mean you can't know? I guess to protect him from the Chronicoms.
They believe only S.H.I.E.L.D. can stop them, so they sent hunters to destroy S.H.I.E.L.D. and everyone within it.
Yeah, they didn't care two shits about the people that actually destroyed their planet, though. Fucking dipshits.
We lost the lighthouse.
Yeah, it's gone. Very, very gone.
Fitz Zephyr 1 is charged with all crew accounted for, ready to launch.
Copy, Gemma. Glad to hear it. Tell him I'm sorry.
Okay.
Prepare for launch.
Where are we going?
The lighthouse wasn't the only point of interest targeted by the hunters.
Okay, and... They just barely missed that.
We're sure exactly where Fitz sent us.
I don't have that information yet. I'll scan the terrain.
Yeah, is that another thing she's not allowed to know? Because they took specifically a core sample from the time stone, the time dialis.
It's completely fogged over. Good thing, because I forgot to activate cloaking.
I can see the Empire State Building.
Yeah, but it's the only building above the clouds.
Wait, what?
You enhanced the jump drive, too. How?
Like I said, we had time.
It's being built. What the fuck? They really went back in time then.
Are there any other bombshells you want to drop, Agent Simmons?
Please, unload.
There is one. We have a problem that Fitz and I could not solve, but Enoch provided a possible solution. The Chronicom hunters have Fury's black box, as well as centuries of anthropological research to pull from.
Oh, okay.
Needs an expert in S.H.I.E.L.D. history to have a chance of stopping them, to even know what the hunters might target. I would ask May her opinion, but she's out of commission for the time being.
We getting a baby Coulson?
He has all of his own memories, and has been upgraded with complete knowledge of everything he's missed.
Wait, what?
Which makes him our most advanced LMD. And there is no better person to be your right hand, sir.
What are you telling me right now?
I was deeply against it at first.
Because it's an LMD framework. It's all these things, this Chronicom. Is this like the...
And frankly...
Oh God, I'm afraid what's about to walk through this door.
I miss him.
And excited, but I think I have a pretty strong idea where this is heading.
What do you think?
Oh, she's like, no, fuck this. I'm turning it on. Wow.
Hey, guys.
Oh, let's go. What a fucking insane way to end this shit, man. And we went back in time. That was the implication. It's the tallest building in the world. And when we're flying down, the top was still under construction. So like that's gotta be it. So, oh my God. So it's LMD technology, Chronicom technology. I want to go back and like hear her explain it again.
That Fitz and I could not solve it. I would ask May her opinion, but she's out of commission for the time being.
Because they said our most advanced LMD yet. Or something like that.
He has all of his own memories and has been upgraded with complete knowledge of everything he's missed. He has Chronicom hardware, which makes him our most advanced LMD.
Okay, so yeah, no, okay, that's what it is. It's an LMD using Chronicom hardware, which even Enoch said, like sensors, even when they were out trailing around on those other planets, those planets' sensors could not discern their organs as anything other than like organic. Like they didn't trip any of the synthetic sensors when they're running around. So if we time traveled, like back to the very beginning, it made me think like, well, there'd be like one problem with my theory right now, because she said this Coulson at least has all of his memories using all the mind technology that they've had. That they had backed up and all these things. He has all of his own memories, but then they filled him in on everything that he had missed. I was going to say it would explain a lot of things if the Coulson we had been following if this created like a time loop of sorts, a paradoxical loop, like a bootstrap paradox kind of thing, in which the Coulson we had always followed is the Coulson that they just created. And the Coulson was never really, he literally was S.H.I.E.L.D, like a product of the history of the knowledge of a living unaware Chronicom. Because if we've never really dove into it too much with the Chronicoms and their physiology, like internally, like if it's able to pass these scanners, would it pass an autopsy? Would it pass a medical, screening on Earth? Would we even be able to discern the difference? That's what kind of where I'm at. Because it'd be real wild if Coulson had always been this. I don't know how I'd feel about it, but it'd be a wild fucking twist. But yeah, when he was like, I got a plan, but it involves changing the course of your entire histories. And they were not kidding. And since we've gone back this far, now I'm like, okay, I could see the blueprint of why I probably needed to watch Agent Carter first. Which, if you somehow missed the announcements and all of that, which is, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. We watched it all. We've covered it all. In full over on Patreon, so you can rest assured we're up to date on all of that. So if you want to check out the reactions to that, it's on Patreon. But wow, but what does that mean? And what does that mean for well, we know that changing their lives and the stuff doesn't change anything. Deke was evidence of that. All they're going to do is create a new branch, right? I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out when we get to it. But they've had time. We don't even know how long they have already been at this. She took that sample of the time stone. I don't know, time day Alice. I'm going to keep calling it time stone. Even it's just easier to say, even if it is confusing. But they took a core sample of that, and then she took it back. So how did they already pull this off? I mean, I guess with time being irrelevant, if they could just travel whenever or however, getting it there could have been how she got it to go back and go do the other thing after this conversation, to then come back and then do this conversation with them at all to begin with. Oh my God. Okay. Whatever. I'm not going to be tricked into going down this rabbit hole right now, but what a fantastic, weird finale. I again feel like there was a couple of conveniences, not really conveniences, like, I don't want to say neglect either. That's not the right word, I guess. like nerfing of characters again. This time I'll give Yo-Yo the benefit of the doubt that because of how fast this thing jumped at her face, that she wouldn't have been able to activate her speed. Now, while it was crawling down her face, she could have and given herself more ample time before that thing got too far down. Even super speed aside, she has robot super strength arms that they even showed off in this when they're like, oh, Yo-Yo, it's bolted down. I don't know if we'll be able to get it off. And she's like, ka-ting! She was sitting there. My biggest complaints in this entire season is anytime Yo-Yo is involved with Shrike. Because it shouldn't be a problem. Because even if it got in her mouth, which I can give her, she didn't have the reaction time to stop it from grabbing onto her face. But once it did, she could have done two things. One, activated her speed the moment she got jump scared by the thing and yanked it out. Second option, she could have just yanked it out. If she can yank that fucking thing off of the bolted ass ground, she could pull that thing out of her mouth. Might hurt. Better than get your insides getting torn up. I don't know how she's alive right now from what we saw earlier with Keller and then the guy the autopsy before that. He didn't have anything in there except the bat. If it got to the point where it was taking her over, she should have been dead. There should have been no like S.H.I.E.L.D. dead and now she's like, oh, I'm back. She has no organs. There's nothing in there, man. There's so many inconsistencies in this season. I enjoyed it, but it's probably my least favorite season. I think. Like, grand scheme of things, there's just so many there's some fantastic, fun choices. There's some highlight peak moments. One of my favorite episodes of the whole show. But like, if you're looking at everything together, there's just some weird decisions. So I am a little of two minds when it comes to it like that. But yeah, my biggest sticking points is the Yo-Yo thing. Because it happened again. And there's even a third out, which we saw just not even the last episode. What was it? Was that the one I just edited? Episode 9. Where Daisy did her Thanos thing. Was that episode 9 or was that episode 8? Whichever one. Where she did her Thanos thing. Because she didn't even send out a shockwave. That specifically evaporated the Shrike. If she can do that like that, it didn't affect any of the equipment, any of the glass, any of the metal. There was no visible shockwave like we always see with her powers. It only because of the frequency in which she manipulated affected the Shrike and dismantled them. Theoretically, should have been fine to do the exact same thing, even with it inside. I mean, it couldn't hurt to try. But like seeing what it did, I'd have no reason to think, because again, if it's like the vibrational thing like we talked about, like she's done in the past, it would only affect the thing that matches that frequency. Any other thing might get a little rattled, but wouldn't explode. She wouldn't disintegrate Yo-Yo. She could have just been like, placed her hand on her chest and just like, and again, maybe a little heartburn, sore throat probably, maybe some coughing. There's gonna be Shrike debris in there, depending on how much the molecules get split apart, but should have been fine. Whatever. The Coulson's crazy form, beneath that, Pachakutik looked sick as hell, man. He was badass looking. The way that Daisy hit him with that blast and it just peeled off the Coulson, and then just and he was just like, the May Azel fight was a little weak. Not by, because we know Ming-Na can throw hands, and I don't know if I can't remember the actress's name. The person playing Izel, who was playing Zosha in Pluribus, but probably hasn't done a lot of combat, and maybe they were compensating because some of that choreo and some of the execution of it wasn't the best. Some cheesy stuff going on there. Some inconsistencies with the story and what they are and what's going on in there to begin with. Oh, they had, and then just the fact that it would have been nice if Coulson was like, haha, or not Coulson, whatever, was like, haha. You know, maybe it was subconscious when he kicked her into the portal, knowing that it would keep her alive to undo it from the other side. And then there's another portal on the other side, even there on that mirror temple that goes to this desert wasteland where they're still physical and corporeal, by the way. They still had bodies. Because she was like, I remember the look in your eyes when episodes ago she said they didn't have fucking forms. They should have just been gas. It'd have been one time I would have just been perfectly fine if they were just gas or smoke or something like that. We didn't need the fucking cult zombie things going on. Yeah, I got some issues with this storyline as a whole, especially now that we've reached the end of it. But whatever. Time travel. We're going to go do some fun stuff for our final season. We're going to go, I guess, to the origins of S.H.I.E.L.D. itself with the man who knows literally the insides and outs of it. Or, well, the machine, the LMD. It's so funny that Simmons, by the end of this, is hesitantly getting on board with literally booting up an LMD after everything that's gone on, especially after that conversation earlier about the framework stuff, you know, having to destroy that, which they ended up not having to do. So, you know, it's just like that one little caveat by the end of it where, well, here's where all of that could be put to use. I love that, because then it's just S.H.I.E.L.D. retrofitting everything again to tie in so many of these other things. But yeah, fun stuff, man. Yeah, while not my favorite season, I still enjoyed it. So don't get me wrong there at all. I still had fun. Just probably, I think, overall, writing-wise, consistency-wise, and stuff like that, probably the most inconsistent. But I didn't not enjoy it, but anyway, let's go to Patreon. That's about all I got to say about it. We'll probably touch on it a little bit later. All right, we got Silver Tier over here. Man, we can't finish one extinction level event without another beginning. At points, it looked like we were going to lose most of the team. Most certainly did, which is why I was kind of like, either something's going to happen here or this Enoch thing's going to pay off and we're just going to undo all of it. For a second, I thought we were going to lose everybody but Fitzsimmons. And then Fitzsimmons was going to have to save everybody. But it only kind of worked a little bit here. All I could think during the Sarge May Izell triangle was Dad had a mid-death crisis, brought us a new mom, but she's a bitch who wants to get rid of us and bring her own kids here. That is a great description of that. That's fucking hilarious. I love that. That fighting stance May took before kicking Izell's ass is similar to the one Mulan took before defeating Shinzu. Very true. I thought that looked familiar. I was like, yeah, that's very fitting. I wonder if that was intentional. Never forget, our Ming-Na is a badass Disney princess. So fucking true. Biggest nitpicking pet peeve is right after using her speed to shoot 3 zombies, Yo-Yo's suddenly too slow to catch a strike. The fuck is that shit? And again, using her speed to shoot the bullets was near pointless, because that's sure she pulled the trigger super fast. Realistically, the gun can only shoot and load as fast as it can physically do that, which means she's just going to be able to shoot as fast as it actually in real time loads the chamber. And then she, in her perception, is faster than the bullets moving themselves. It would have been better use if she got closer to the zombies and put the bullets to their heads and then pulled the trigger, because then she doesn't have to worry about the lag and bullet time, because those zombies technically still had plenty of time to still get a shot off. Alternatively, it might have even been better to just go up and take their guns like she's done before so many times. Anyway, whatever. Most important is the last 10 minutes. The Zephyr is like a Pokemon. Air, then space, and now the final form, time. It's fucking true right there, man. Side note, Daisy is slightly incorrect. Prohibition outlawed the production, distribution, and sale of alcohol, but if you already had it in your possession, drinking was okay. I did not know that little fun fact. I did not know that bit. Speaking of final forms, LMD Coulson, or LMD Chronicom Coulson, is how we managed to keep Clark around for the final season. Gemma even mentioned how Phil was strongly against the idea, and Coulson will have to philosophically wrestle with his very existence. Ooh, that'll be fun. I was wondering what she meant by that. So I guess once they had already booted him up once, he was already kind of like, I don't like what we did here. And they were like, well, too bad. We kind of have, I don't like it either, but we kind of, it's our only option right now. But I do like that the original Coulson, he got his send-off, he got his death, he lived his life, he did his thing, he passed on the torch, and now this is kind of like a way to keep that around and then go to, I don't know, it's an honoring, I think, of Coulson in a way, by not honoring, but also honoring, and then going back to the origins of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that kind of stuff for our final little outing. It's a fun little way to do that, but then, like, if he doesn't end up replacing the Coulson in the timeline like I was propositing earlier, either way, you know, I think Coulson got a pretty solid conclusion, and it's just a fun way to still have, you know, obviously just to keep him around. It's a shame that they didn't get a closer view of the city. We might have caught a glimpse of a 12-year-old Steve Rogers and Bucky Barnes at Coney Island. I almost envy you being able to watch the whole series, or binge the whole series. This episode aired August 2019. We had to sit through with that end stinger tease until the end of May 2020. 10 months of theories and what ifs, torture, I tells you, pure torture. I've been anxiously awaiting you getting here. So should we call this Legends of Tomorrow season or the Wibbly Wobbly season? Either way, welcome to Level. I mean, Season 7. Ooh. Yes, I like it. I'm excited to see what the fuck we get into now, man. We've jumped so many sharks in this series, and it never feels out of place. It's one of the mysteries of this show and the way they write it. Let's see. All right, we got Christopher Simeon here. Might be too late to comment. Made it just in time because I was too late to record. But I enjoyed the season for what it was. Coulson's death had an effect on every character, and Daisy, May, and Mac had baggage they needed to get through, and Sarge's presence allowed that catharsis. Agreed. I like I said, I like certain things about this, and like mostly thematically what it did for our characters. The overall, I think, storyline itself just had a couple of whatevers. Yeah, what it is what it is. Not terrible, but definitely not the best in the whole line. They had to be the ones fighting him and Izel at the end. Meanwhile, Fitzsimmons' arc involved bringing back tools they have used before. The framework tech, the LMDs, finally get to be used properly to help save the world by bringing Coulson back to help. Yes. Hell yeah, man. So what this show does so well is bringing things full circle in a big bad way that you never really quite expected. All right, we got Stephanie Jackson. So how are you feeling about Enoch's ominous? You will have to change the natural course of your lives forever. To Fitzsimmons, followed by Gemma magically appearing at the temple in the nick of time and everything that followed. And also Fitz's mysterious disappearance. Yeah, I don't know about the mysterious Fitz disappearance because she said she can't know where he is. Probably something with the Chronicoms and the memory and just... if one gets captured and the other one's still safe, just kind of some kind of contingency and backup protocol to keep everybody safe. I don't know, man. I'm very curious about that, but obviously they're going to have to change history. But we didn't last season just confirm that we can't? Not really. All we really do is create a new history. Or what has already been done can't be undone. We just left another timeline. That future where the Chronicoms take over Earth and do whatever and destroy the temple and do whatever the fuck they want over there, that's still going to happen. We just left that timeline and created a new branch. That's what has been established so far, at least. Either way, yeah, God, it's just I'm curious about that. How does everybody feel about that? Because right now they're being very inconsistent, I think, about the way the time travel works. Unless with the Dialis directly themselves, they might be able to target it and actually do it within their time stream if they've been able to figure that out specifically. Or Deke is wrong and his timeline is gone, but he just is a remnant. Maybe what he's wrong about is that he would poof away and he would no longer exist. Maybe because he was brought here, he was saved its deletion? If that's the case, then yes, the time travel as they have now established it could work. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, I feel like they're just going to have to create a future in which, who knows, maybe their lives never wound up the way they did. And if fucking Fitzsimmons don't end up together by the end of the show, I will burn it all to the ground. I saw someone else mention this in the questions, but to reinforce that it wasn't considered a spoiler at the time, Fitz is out for most of the upcoming season due to personal things in Ian's life. But he does come back, not saying how or when, and he is still very important to the plot. Okay, cool. Oh, cool. It's good to know that, I think, leading up to it, so I'm not like, where's Fitz? Or scared that he's not there at all. Oh, that would be unfortunate. That'd be like the last season of Flash and fucking them not bringing Cisco back. That was a pain. Fact that didn't happen. Still very important plot, as Brown has felt. I think it speaks a lot to the showrunner and the relationship that they had with Ian, that they were willing to work with his absence, incorporate it into the show, and then Ian was willing to come back for the end. Any other show I think would have just killed him off. Anyway, I really hope you enjoy season 7. It's my favorite, and I can't wait for you to see how it connects to Agent Carter. Hell yeah, man. Hells yes. Let's see. Here we go. And then we got Cyber. This show just never disappoints. I hope you understood the implications of what upgrading the jump drive meant, but I won't spoil it if you didn't. Yeah, it was time. It was time travel. I mean, I think that was the implication. Now, if they upgraded to the point where they could control, obviously they can control when, where they go. Again, my question is time stream or split, because up until this point, the Dialis even was creating splits. So whatever. We'll see how it goes. The intention is that it would only work if their thought process is that it wouldn't. But that was also their thought process before, and Deke is evidence that they changed technically nothing. They just created an alternate reality where it didn't happen. Whatever. Anyway, sorry. Let's just say that this show did another thing long before the MCU ever did, and did it very well. Also, did you feel that ominous vibe when Simmons said, "I don't know, I can't know," about the whereabouts of Fitz? I figured it was because, like they said before at the end of this episode, they are a detriment. With the Chronicoms hunting them and everything that's going on there, they are a detriment to the mission itself, what they know and all of that. So I guess in my head, I'm just thinking, okay, that means that they just can't be together as a contingency. If one gets got, the other one's still safe to carry on and to come up with a contingency, a counter plan, or counter maneuver, or whatever. I assume that's what it was. So, or she's I don't know. Well, I can't say that. I don't know. If she's already compromised, that would be one thing too. Why she can't know? I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe they got like a direct feed to her brain, but then they would just be always in a constant state of danger. Anyway, whatever. We'll figure it out when we figure it out. This season's finale made me jumping on a seat and then begging for more episodes. All I can say is that I'm glad you're caught up on all the Marvel content, mostly as this will be a bumpy ride. That's terrifying. But yes, we'll see. Agent Carter included. Check out my reactions over on Patreon. I remember back when this was, that I was fully ready that May died, and I found Simmons showing up with all those Havoc suits wearing crew as a potential MacGuffin and Deus Ex Machina. I think there's a typo there, and it threw me up, tripped up my freaking dyslexia for a second. But the show immediately rests your mind with that all will be revealed in time. Just trust me, bro. Yeah, that's what I was like. Like, I was emotional in the scene because of this scene work between Ming-Na and Chloe there. Like, I knew there would have to be a fix by the end of this. I was expecting it with the whole, like, layup from Enoch and Fitz and Simmons and stuff. I knew whatever happened here was going to be undone. But it didn't stop that scene from actually kind of getting to me, you know? But anyway, let's see. Where did I leave off? Here we go. And I remember immediately going from, oh, well, this is convenient, to, oh, this is not convenient. This is a mystery, and next season is going to really catch us up on what Enoch suggested the Fitzsimmons do. I can't wait. It's a very risky move to pull off a stunt like that by a show, especially with us comic nerds always praising how the show does amazing callbacks and pulls from earlier seasons constantly to make sure the plot holes are mostly handled gracefully without feeling like it's a major suspension of disbelief, like how I sometimes felt with the Flash TV show that aired around the same time. I'm looking at you, Barry, the fastest man alive who can scan a full city in seconds but can't find Frost running around the corner 2 seconds later. Oh, God damn it. They did slightly fall into that pit trap. Not nearly as egregiously or as frequently. It happened 2 times. 2 times. That mattered with Yo-Yo. But it happened so often with Barry, man, to a frustrating degree. But this, which may be like my question about the timeline finagling. Maybe they'll answer it in this season. Because that is a gaping plot hole right now, I feel like. Potentially. Let's see. But the show takes your suspension of disbelief and transforms it into, oh, you have no idea what's coming next moment. And now I can't wait for you to catch up to the mystery and the events as they will unfold. I won't talk too much, but this next season rewards those who have been paying attention to all the Marvel content in the previous seasons of the show, like it always has, and is really some high quality what the fuck and oh no moments like in previous seasons. In fact, they weren't even scared to immediately throw you into the LMD Coulson. They didn't even bother with it previously on to remind you that the LMDs are even through this show ran for years. The show, unlike many others, trusts the audience to immediately be on board with the story and decipher things for themselves, which is a breath of fresh air. Seeing how many other shows around the time had to do flashbacks in the same episode to something that said 20 minutes ago. Yeah, God, I hate that. Because those other shows treated the audience like dumb audience, they can't put two and two together. Yeah, the show's never really done that in any kind of egregious way. Consider this a compliment to you, Omni, as I thank you for reading this long post, but I believe you, of all people, will be heavily rewarded with the next season because you're intuitive and can immediately recognize patterns and connect the dots now only what's happening on screen in the moment. But the potential ramifications and tie-ins that the show has, you were able to follow the whole Destroyer of Worlds relatively great. Well, thank you. I tried. I had a couple, I think this last little roundabout, I misunderstood things earlier on with the Mother Hole fling. I think I went down a whole little tangent with that, but it was like a minor thing, not a huge thing, but thank you. Especially with the Robin confusing mysteries, I'm sure you'll enjoy this too. P.S. There's an episode in the next season that's a masterpiece of story writing, and you'll remember these words over and over and over and over and over again when it happens, because they did this so much better than any other shows did, including The Flash, which I loved at the time, by the way. Hey, dude, I love The Flash. It got ass by the end, but when it was peak, it was some of the best shit on TV, man. Huge Flash fan, even still. Its highs outweigh its lows for me. And thank you again for the subtitles. Now to end this, I have 2 questions. Do you have any idea what the next season is about? And do you have any hopes or expectations that you hope that the show delivers on? Are you expecting this ride and trusting the writers to deliver? Am I enjoying the ride? Yes. Am I trusting the writers to deliver? Hell yes. Despite whatever was just going on, it's nitpick. Well, I would say it's a little more than a nitpick, but in a show that's gone on this long, to have a couple of gripes as minimal as the ones that I had in this last season, that's pretty commendable. That's pretty crazy. These writers have been top tier for this long form storytelling in a way that no other show doing this many episodes has ever done. I'll say it as a fucking, if you've been around the channel since the beginning, I covered all the Arrowverse shows to their very end. And I'll say none of them could do that. Arrow was the most consistent and it still had its pitfalls for sure. Not nearly as many as the other shows, but nowhere near the level of this. This team was fucking phenomenal. Now back to your other things. As far as what I think the next season is about, it's about, I would imagine it's to avoid setting them on the path that ends them up in that future to begin with, which runs the danger of just being like, oh, we just undid the entire show by circumventing the path that we were on. Especially since we're going back to this point to start our playing. Now, I don't know if we're just going to be hopping through history, or if we're going to live in the past for the season. That's what I'm going to have to wait to find out. I don't know if we're like, it's going to be like a period piece kind of thing, or if we're going to be jumping through history, making maybe like targeted changes for the best desired outcome. So maybe not like a full retcon of everything, but like a steering of courses. And if there's a steering of courses and it's a little more timey-wimey like that, you could have a lot of fun, like going to revisiting certain moments and events and like just kind of tweaking like to get the outcome you want in the end. Maybe that's what they'll do. Again, that they're going to have to answer the timeline thing, because right now we got conflicting information about that. And then what do you think of Daisy's emotionally driven and immediate slam of the button to bring Coulson LMD to life? Do you think that was the right choice, and what would real Coulson would have thought about it, and what would May have thought? Coulson would have been against it. He was ready to go when he was ready to go, when none of them were ready to let him go, until the final letting him go. Coulson probably would have been vehemently against this, even when they said, like when he woke up, this version of him was also against it. May, I think like with her at this point, you know, especially the fact that she was like, oh, I'll get to go off and meet him, and then we saved her life, so she doesn't. Might be a little like, there might be that emotional rush and drive like Daisy did here to hit the button. I think after wrestling with all this bullshit, the hope, the denial, and then the hope, and then the denial, and then the hope, and then the grasping, and the trusting, and then the losing, and the betrayal, and the hope, and the whatever of this whole like ride with Sarge after having accepted his death. I think she was just like, fuck it, give me Coulson. I get it. We'll see. We'll fucking see. Noodle Foodle, and that's season 6, and what a wild ride. Now that you've done with it, I can reveal that this season is generally seen by the fandom as one of, if not the weakest and lowest ranked seasons of the show, alongside season 1. Season 1's so good, man. But I get it, because it just kind of keeps getting better. And just because it's the weakest doesn't mean it's bad. I don't think it's bad by any stretch, but yes, I also agree. What are your reaction to that, and do you agree or not? Well, I answered that before I read the rest of your question. How do you feel about it, and where would you rank it? Definitely at the fucking bottom. It's definitely my least favorite. Again, some really, really funny, really cool, really emotional moments. Weakest season overall. I 100% with everybody on that one. Though this episode isn't perfect, I don't think the whole May dying and then not situation was necessary. But it did have a cool moment when Simmons shows up out of nowhere and saves her, both us and the agents. There are some things I really like about it and the season as a whole. One of the main things is Sarge. I really think he's really cool, unique and creative character that I don't know if I've seen before. Really liked his ending. Not only that, because it subverted what many fans thought, and that they would cleanse him from Pachakutik. And he would be, somehow we get Coulson back, which is also kind of what I thought was going to happen. And then they were like, nope, he dead. We lost him to the entity within. And how much of that was even, I don't know, may have been inevitable no matter what, but at that point, because his ending also subverted another famous trope. Usually these kinds of stories, the person who has this other entity is usually fighting and scared of it, taking it over time and overperform, but eventually manages to get rid of it or overpower it through the power of love or something equivalent. But I love how this is. Sarge, being a person created by a mix of Pachakutik and Coulson, realizes all of this and is scared about eventually letting his evil side take over, and he doesn't win. What I was afraid of was that what S.H.I.E.L.D. wants is what happens. Pachakutik takes over and Sarge is gone, and that's what's that. I just love the reversal, the opposite, and maybe the more logical than how it should have goes for characters like that. What are your thoughts on Sarge as a character? I kind of agree with all of your sentiments on that. Like, either way, it's not our Coulson. It's like the problem in Legends of Tomorrow when they, spoilers, for those who maybe haven't seen, they killed off a character, and then I won't say who. They killed off a character, and then they brought a clone of that character that had their memories back. And they just acted like that character just didn't die, which I fucking hate. I still hate it to this day. I still could never get over it. Other people got over it. I no, sorry. They're dead. They died. And that's not them. Anyway, so like, I get it. Like I follow a lot of that. So like either way you go with this, If it was this, sure, but it's not our Coulson. LMD, sure, but it's definitely obviously not our Coulson. So like it's one way to keep the train going and have Coulson without undoing the life he led. And I like what they did with that. And Sarge was an interesting counterpoint. He was the opposite in a lot of ways of everything that Coulson was, and allowed Clark Gregg to do something fun for a little while and shake it up in a fun way. So I like that. I like that about it. What's your theories for season 7? We talked about that earlier. What's going on with Simmons? Kind of talked about that already. And what are we going to do and where are we going to go in this final 7? How do you think it all ends? How it all ends, I think, hopefully will be in a timeline that circumvents some of our greatest tragedies and we get a nice little happy ending. And who knows, maybe they could even save Coulson by the end of this. And the real Coulson survives it all once they've adjusted the timeline. Either way, all I really want is Fitzsimmons to be together in the end. That's it. Just fucking let them be happy. That's it. That's all I want. That's all I demand. Let's see. Also, before we enter season 7, which I hope you enjoy, which is really great, I have one final question. As someone who has watched a lot of Marvel superhero comic book shows, etc., where does Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. rank among them for you? Now that's a tough question because that includes so many different things. I'd probably say though, despite that, top 5 for sure. Arrow and Flash are up there, and Superman and Lois is in my top 5. And that's like I said, like the highs of the Flash and my memories and the joys of it will always supersede the bad moments in the Flash, because it genuinely loved its world and the DC mythos. It was just Warner and CW hated them. And then they got a so-so showrunner there towards the end. But whatever. Arrow's still probably my favorite, just out of a strong bias. I'd probably, because of how long it went, I love Superman and Lois. I might put this like, I don't know, man, depending on the day. Because there's like so much more of this. There's so much time. No, I can't do it. Even though I'm going to put Superman, it's probably going to be number 4. I probably have this just under Superman and Lois. So for me, it'd be Arrow, Flash, Superman and Lois, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and then probably Loki. Yeah, I'm pretty confident with that ranking right now. That could change though. We'll see. And what would season 7, the final season of the series finale, have to do to make it even better and rise even higher? I don't know, man. Just tie a nice, beautiful, sexy bow on this whole story. That's all I want. I just want it to I want them to have a break. I want them to be fucking happy. And I want them to end the season with an extinction level event nowhere near on the horizon. That would be fantastic, please, and thank you. Let's see. Katie, and finally, Katie B. Q Time Warp from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Well, I'm not gonna do it because YouTube might fucking get me for that. I know you're probably already racking your brain over the time travel stuff, so here's some advice. Don't worry about it. It may seem at first that they're contradicting the multiverse theory in favor of single timeline theory, but the mechanics of this particular time travel method will be explained further down the line, as I hoped. Based on the thing, like they always find a way to circumvent their own plot holes, their own things, and explain things retroactively. So I expected them to not make that mistake because they made a point of bringing it up this season. So at least that's some solace of mine going into it. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I was like, I trust these people to figure it out. So don't give yourself a headache trying to make sense of it and allow yourself some suspension of disbelief until you eventually get your answers. Some important behind-the-scenes info before going to season 7. This was all communicated to fans before the season premiered, so it's not really a spoiler. A lot of people consider it more of important background knowledge to having gone into the season. Regarding splitting up Fitzsimmons again, I'll go ahead and assure you that you haven't seen the last of Fitz. But Ian had previously made plans to take a break to spend time with his family in Scotland before they learned the show had been renewed for season 6 and 7. Good thing Ian still wanted to come back, at all. Otherwise, Fitz could have stayed dead. Oh, thank God. Oh my, whew, we dodged a bullet there. But since the actor had been feeling homesick for quite some time, the writers pull off a similar trick with what they did at the beginning of season 5. They kept Fitz reveal to the story without needing his actual presence. But unlike season 5, Ian wouldn't be considered part of the full-time cast for season 7. While it's sad we won't get to see a lot of him in season 7, Fitz still has a lot of off-screen role in the story that keeps it there in the spirit. And like I said, this won't be the last time we see Fitz either, so you can still look forward from Ian for a special guest star, not spoiling when or in what context, though. I appreciate that. And at least we'll have the favorite grandson on the full-time cast to keep 2/3 of the Fitzsimmons family to fuck yes, thank God. Deke, I might add, really shines in season 7 and has some of the most iconic moments. Yes, I'm so sad he canceled Columbus this weekend. I was so excited. He goes to a lot of these though lately, so I'm sure I'll catch him eventually. Where the fuck I got blacked out for this second. Once again, all of that, including that Ian would return as a guest star, was communicated to the fans ahead of time, so you don't have to consider the spoil. And I want you to stress in about it when you didn't see Ida Caster's name in the main credits next episode. Your boy's still part of the team, just from a distance. As for season 6 itself, I must say I enjoyed it a lot more on rewatch. As you probably noticed, some people dislike season 6 for one reason or another, but it did give us great episodes like Fear and Loathing on Planet Kitson, the Fitzsimmons special. So I'm still happy that it exists, but more importantly, it paved the way for incredibly fun season 7. Yeah, it definitely feels like a bridge. Almost like a release valve of sorts to get over the craziness of the first 5 seasons and transition us into a certain place with the characters and where they needed to be and what they needed to do, have a little bit of fun, take a little bit of a break, and then deal with some dire stuff maybe towards the end, and then, yeah, put a nice little bow on it. Because from what I was told, at least, they decided that season 7 ahead of time was going to be the final season. You know, have some fun and then send the show off the way they want to send it off, at least. So, yeah. Yeah. As you might have guessed by seeing the unfinished Empire State Building, you're in for a wild ride. On a definitely, completely, totally unrelated side note, I asked you at the end of Agent Carter how you thought it would tie into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 7. Now that you've finished Season 6, what's your prediction? As a character next season will remind you, say, Albans? Did you just tell me? Did you just tell me? I could be completely reading this the wrong way. You didn't just tell me David Tennant's in season 7. Oh, or maybe you're just saying the season will remind me of a certain character. Maybe that's better. For a second I was like, did I just get overhyped myself thinking David Tennant was going to show up? But you might just be like, oh, the season might feel like Doctor Who, which, you know, there's the wibbly wobbly timey-wimey reference earlier as well. But we already went back in time. As far as, like, I guess how Agent Carter factors in, I thought, like, whatever, like, what was it? What was it? Absolute Zero, or what was the shit that they were dealing with in season 2 and that? I thought whatever that was, that element, or the rift, or that other reality, or some tech that was used, or some element of the storylines would factor in. But now if we're literally going there to that time, that completely skews all of that. So now I have no idea, other than like literal direct involvement. Like, especially if we're popping in the middle of one of those storylines or something like that. I really don't know. I've got this. This made it harder to guess now because it could literally be fuck all anything right at this point. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all the questions, fun facts, and comments, man. It's been a wild season. We got one more in our, like, what, 2.5 year, almost 3-year journey with this show. Will be coming to a close once we start making our way through the final season, man. It's the fucking end, the goalpost, the finish line. It's in sight. And that's fucking wild, man. it's been a long haul, but it's been a fun one, man. I'm so glad I finally got around to watching this. It's been so rewarding. And again, now I'm with you guys and being like, fucking Marvel, why did you ignore this gem for so long? Anyway, guys, that's all I got. I'll see you in season 7, but in the meantime, I want to know what you guys thought. How do you feel about season 6? Where does it stack up? And let me know all your thoughts down below. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Hope you enjoyed the reaction. If it did, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if not already. Remember, if you want to see the full length reaction, as always, you can check it out over on Patreon. If you want to get early access or submit your own comments, questions, and fun facts, do that all over there. And speaking of before we go, I want to shout out McGreg, Kiana Chanel, Adriana Bailey, Lily Chan's son, and Angela Burr. Thank you guys so much for becoming saviors here on the channel, helping sponsor and support the rescues I've been taking care of here at the office. You guys have been a tremendous help with all of that. Thank you guys so much. And as always, I want to give a huge special thank you to all of our channel legends. Thank you guys so much for your additional support. You and the patrons allow us to do pretty much everything we're doing on the channel as of late, man. You know, without you guys, with how the way things have been going on with YouTube and behind the scenes and everything, like without that support, we'd be struggling right now. That's without a doubt. Or at the very least, we'd be doing so much less. So thank you guys so much. This is all for you, and thank you guys for you all here on YouTube. Because without y'all, we wouldn't even be here. And like I said, this is all for you guys, man. Anyway, hope you all had a safe and happy holidays, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.